This podcast absolutely, unequivocally, positively, 100% contains adult material. Mature audiences only, please.
Hey, welcome back to Me and Mrs. Always Right. I'm your host, me.
And I'm Mrs. Always Right.
And we're bringing you the ADHD of podcasting from that little trailer park in Mustang, Texas. And baby, before you get into Mustang, Texas, I need to make an announcement, if that's okay.
You go right ahead.
For the people listening, we've had some technical issues this week.
Yes, we have.
And fortunately, I know what the show's going to be about. So from this moment on, here's what I'm going to tell you. This show is probably going to fucking trigger some people. And I just want to get it out there, okay? If you're a snowflake and you're kind of a fucking weenie, this is not your fucking... Skip this episode.
Okay, first of all, I feel if they're kind of a snowflake and kind of a weenie, they would not be listening anyway. I'm just
none
saying.
of it, right?
None of it. They would not be listening to any of it.
I just know where this content's going to go, and I'm grateful. This is like the one show. This is episode 141, and this is the one show where I know exactly how this is going to go.
Well, yes, because we've done it more than once, apparently.
This show,
because of the issues that we've had.
But I have them all worked out. Hopefully the show looks great and it sounds great. I look great. She looks mediocre. We'll probably get through.
Okay.
Also, real quick, I could not do the show. We were talking before the show. Baby, this podcast you're an integral part of this podcast, and I could not do it without you.
Honey, like I said, I feel you are so funny that you could do this show with anyone.
I could do another show, but this show has to have you in it, okay?
Well, that's because it's me and you. It's me and Mrs. Always Right.
Sancho leave you a present?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you know.
It is.
I was around the president.
So with that being said...
Sorry.
Fuck.
Wow. We're already starting with the snowflake
shit. Okay. So with that being said, babe, please tell us about Mustang.
Okay. Mustang is a little bitty town. Probably, if I had to guess, and I mean, I already know, like the smallest town in Texas. And the reason why, now it sits in Navarro County at the highest population that it had. Let me scroll down so you can actually see it on
here.
you
hang on. There
you
go.
don't have to.
You have a TV right there. You should be able to see what you're looking at.
What I was going to say, at its highest population in 2000, the population was only 47. But the population as of the 2020 census is a big fat goose egg.
Nobody lives there.
No one lives there.
Woo.
A lot of people got kicked out because they had some issues with people buying it and people not buying it and trying to get it and not trying to get it. As of 2021, in December, the one and only Mark Cuban purchased this town.
So you telling me this motherfucker's so rich, he's just like, I'm going to go buy a town.
Hey, I want a town. I got $2 million. I'm going to buy it. And that's exactly what he did.
And were you telling me, and I don't mean to jump in here, were you telling me there was a couple of people in some kind of funky murder that owned the town before or were like part of the town?
Yes. Like the guy that was trying to actually get the town, get the deed to it and buy it and everything else. Well, him and a couple of others in 2009 actually were indicted by the grand jury in connection with a death of a Houston man here at the cabaret that was in Mustang, right?
I think it was the only thing in Mustang.
Pretty much. But that happened in 2008.
Okay.
Do you want to know why Mustang actually was incorporated in the year 1973?
Tell us. Tell everybody listening.
It was for the purpose of selling alcohol because Navarro County was dry.
After doing this show with you quite a bit in some of these little small trailer parks we end up in, there's a lot of little incorporated towns that are done that for alcohol reasons.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think Mark Cuban made a good choice. Hire yourself a police officer and a judge. Okay. Mustang's right there off of 45.
It is.
Get you some speeding ticket money. You know, you could probably put some more of that into the Mavericks. Maybe we'll get a championship again.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea.
Fantastic.
Look how smart you are.
Mark, call me. I'll run the business.
Okay.
We're good. Okay.
There you go. You got a good business sense about you.
So there was the non-triggering part of the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're about to get into the triggering part of the show.
Be ready.
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
As a child. Okay.
Yes.
You and I have both been children at one time in our life.
I know it is surprising
been-
to understand
Right.
that, but yes, I was a child at one time back when we rode dinosaurs to school.
Word. I got it. So do you remember as a kid when you were cussing? Do you remember cussing as a kid and not around your parents?
You know, I'm not saying I'm an angel, but
Yeah,
maybe
right.
I am because I really don't remember cussing, but I promise you all kids do it at one point or another, especially around their friends or just trying to push the
Babe,
limits.
When I was in like first and second grade
Uh-huh.
to cuss, I would just cuss inanimate shit. The monkey bar. Man, fuck you, monkey bars. Suck my dick, monkey bars.
No!
Oh yeah. Yeah, fuck off, swing set. You ain't got nothing on me. Shit.
Exactly.
Get home
Piece of
though.
shit.
Get home. I get home and get around my parents. I'm like, yes, mother. Yes.
Yes.
Stepfather. Actually, it more went Paul.
Maul and Paul. That's
But
pretty much where we're at. Maul and Paul and Mustang.
yesterday you were telling me about a little episode that involved one of our grandchildren.
Yes, I was. But
Oh
before,
my God, I was rolling. Go ahead.
So we were talking about cussing, and I'm sure I did it because I think all kids, once they really get around the age of 7 or 8, they really kind of start understanding what's going on and what really are bad words and what are not or whatever.
Right.
So, but some songs out actually have, a cuss word in it or not, right? I mean,
there's a lot of songs. We're a little older. Speaking of, and I thought about
Are
this
you
in the
calling
car.
me old?
We're calling us old.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Do you remember the first song you ever heard with a cuss word in it?
Honestly, no.
I do. I remember. I remember the album and the band and the song.
Oh, it's probably the one that I don't like.
It was Dirty Nursery Rhymes by Two Live Crew.
Oh.
Oh my God. And we played that song over and over and
Just
over.
so you could cuss, right?
Yes. And this was the album. This album by Two Live Crew
Uh-huh.
is what brought about the whole adult content label on music cassettes at the time. Now it's not even CDs anymore, but
No, it's just like your phone.
Yeah.
That everything is
Oh
on
my
your phone,
God,
streaming or whatever.
and
it
there was
is.
a cuss. Every other word had a cuss word in that song. But go
Wow.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I remember when my children were smaller, they were about close to teenage years, right? Well, probably one of them was a teenager, and the one that I'm specifically talking about was. She might have been 13. She was between probably the age of 11 and 14. So if I had to guess, I would say she's 12, 13 years old. And there was a song that came on the radio, and I cannot for the life of me remember this song, but it had a couple of cuss words in it. She wanted to sing the song, and I would like to think that I'm a half-ass cool mom. And if it's in a song, and you're singing it and it's got a bad word in it, I'm probably
So you're going to let that go.
it.
You're going to let that go.
It's in the song and you're singing it. You're having a good time, right?
All right.
Well, she wants to sing this song, but she is on the fence about, am I going to get in trouble for saying a cuss word? Am I
So
not,
this song
right?
was not on the radio though. This had to have been on a CD.
I mean, it could have been on a CD. We could have been listening to the CD in the vehicle, or it could have been on the radio. I cannot remember the specifics about it.
Okay.
But she's singing this song, right? And me and all the girls are in the vehicle, and she wants to beep out the cuss word, right? I mean, she wants to beep it out so she doesn't get in trouble, right? So she's singing, bebopping around.
Bebopping.
Because that's what we did way back in the day. And I know she's really concentrating on these cuss words, right? And beeping them out. So when it comes to right to the cuss word, she says beep, but it's the word before the cuss word. Then she says the cuss word,
What?
and then she says beep. after.
And she probably didn't even notice she did it, did
never
she?
even realized. Of course, I start laughing because it's funny. And her sisters start laughing, and she's like, "What? I didn't cuss. I beeped everything," and we just laughed because she really
wow.
had no idea. And finally, she realized why we were laughing and why we couldn't stop.
Oh, poor baby.
It was so funny. I mean, she didn't get in trouble, and she wasn't going to get in trouble anyway. But it was hilarious.
Oh, I bet.
To me, it was so funny. So, but I have another.
This is the one.
Story.
This is the trigger warning song. Yeah, or we're warning. Yes.
Oh, yes. So it's not really more about the cussing that's really going to trigger people, but I am, I guess you can say, a woman of few words.
Yes.
And if I say something, normally I mean it.
Put your foot down and you counted to 3.
Exactly. So we have grandchildren right about the cussing age, right? They really trying to push limits. Well, you happen to be gone for the weekend one time. And usually when you do this, I try to get 1, 2, 3 grandkids, hang out with them for the weekend while you're gone, so you don't think that, me and my boyfriend are off mowing lawns or something.
Hey, you do you, boo.
So anyway,
if you're earning that money, you go wherever. Okay.
Okay. All right. So that's fine. So now this child is smart. Okay. He recently just got AB honor roll. He's like top in the math, top in science. He's a smart kid, but he acts dumb sometimes.
Didn't we all?
So dumb. He actually was pushing the limits on cussing, right?
Okay.
But he was trying to do it in a way that you didn't really think he was cussing, even though he really was, because, of course, his little brother's there, and his little brother thinks he's hilarious.
Probably agging him on, too.
Yes, and he thinks he's hilarious because I guess some of that might be my fault. Because he plays a game that is more adult oriented, and it has a adult facility that he will go to in this game.
Oh, wow.
But he'll say, "Oh, Trevor's so nasty. Look, he's nasty because he went to this place." And it's like, yeah, because this game doesn't do what you tell it to.
Right.
So he thinks I'm an idiot. Anyway.
Does he?
Yes. But anyway, so he's really pushing the limits on this whole cussing thing. And he's like, "Oh, do you want to go to Dick's Sporting Goods?" Yeah. Just stuff like that all weekend, right? The whole weekend I have him. And I'm like, dude, quit. I know what you're doing. It's not that funny. Of course, his little brother thinks it's hilarious.
Of course he does.
So he has to keep doing it, right? Finally, the weekend's over, and I'm taking them home. And I have just been telling him all weekend, stop cussing, stop doing it. Stop it. And he's just not doing it. Are you
trying to tell me that a little kid is not listening? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, apparently he is not listening. I am driving them home, and it's almost an hour between our house and their house.
Right.
We're about halfway to his house, and he's still just on and on and on. Finally, I told him. And I told it. I did pre-warn this child more than once. If you don't stop, I will pull over and I will whoop your ass.
Ooh.
Apparently, he did not believe me.
Well, he hadn't met Granny the honey badger, has he?
No, I mean, he has. He's gotten in trouble with us before, yes. So I don't know why he thought he could get away with it. He's on and on and on with the cussing. And I'm probably in the middle lane, I think is where I'm at. I get over into the right lane, and I see a empty parking lot. It just so happens to be a Twice the Ice place. So nobody's around because ain't nobody getting ice on the weekends. Not on a Sunday. They done got it Friday or Saturday. And I pull over into the parking lot, and I put the truck in park. Open my door, and of course, the whole time, him and his little brother back there just laughing their ass off, right? Yeah? Oh, yeah. I open my door, I get out, and I go to his door. He's right behind me.
Oh, shit.
And I open his door, and I go to reach for his seatbelt and undo it. Now he's in a big boy car seat, so the seatbelt just goes across.
It's just kind of like
him.
a booster seat.
Right. It goes across him and the car seat. The car seat itself is not locked in unless the seatbelt's on him, too.
Right.
I'm doing this, and he just grabs as hard as he could the side of his car seat. And I'm like, come out, get out. And he's like, no. And as I'm trying to get him out, he's holding onto this car seat, and the whole thing is moving. The whole car seat.
Oh, wow.
Every time I try to pick him up out of there, and he's like, no.
He had a death grip, didn't he?
Death grip on this car seat.
Oh, wow.
Needless to say, by this time, his little brother is not laughing anymore.
Oh, it's not funny now,
no,
is it?
It is not. It is not.
Do you know why he's not laughing?
Because he
doesn't know if he's next or not. That's why.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. But he wasn't doing it, so he did not get a whooping.
He was not going to egg you on and piss you off from that point.
He was definitely not going to try to get a whooping. I finally get this child out of the car seat, and I give him a good 4 or 5 licks on his ass. I'm pissed because I told you for almost 3 days to stop what you're doing.
I can't believe you let it go 3 days.
I know. Well, I am Granny, and they do get by with a lot more stuff. So I finished whooping his ass. I put him back in the truck, put his seatbelt on him. He never said another word. Neither one of those children said another word the rest of the ride home. Not a word. We get to their house. We get to their parents' house, and I get out. I open his door. And I'm like, okay, we're at home. You can get out now. He sat there. Seatbelt still on, everything. Oh, yeah? I undid his seatbelt. He just sitting there, not saying a word, never said a word. I went around to the other side. I opened the door. I undid the seatbelt for the other child. He gets out. We start getting his bags and his stuff. And this little kid is still sitting in his car seat, not saying a word. He wouldn't even look at me. He would not look at me when I was talking to him. I was on the side, and I was like, we're home. You can go ahead and get out now. He wouldn't even look at me.
Aww.
I'm like, oh, it kind of broke my heart a little bit. I get them out, or I get his little brother out, and I tell his parents what had happened. Okay, I gave him a whooping, and this is why. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we know. He been pushing the limits here, too.
Oh, he was doing it at home, too.
Oh, yeah. And so it's not just my house he was doing it. He was doing it everywhere, right?
Right.
Pushing the limits. I finally, get all this stuff in that I had, minus him in his car seat. I go back out to the truck, and I walk around to the side, and I look at him, and I'm like, you know what? I said, I'm very sorry that I had to whoop you. He straight up looked at me, and he's like, it's okay, Granny. I deserved it.
No, he did.
I'm like, you did. You damn right you did.
At least he owned up to it.
He definitely owned up to it.
Hell yeah.
Definitely owned up to it. So it was the funniest thing ever. I wanted to laugh because the car seat, him not letting go, locking down, and it was a
Have you ever been pulled out of a car and had an ass whooping?
I want to say I don't think I have. I might have, but I really don't think it because I did not get a lot of whoopings when I was a kid.
I believe that.
Aw, thanks,
I do.
honey.
But I was opposite of you. I got a shit ton of ass whoopings as a kid.
So you got pulled out of the car.
I got pulled out of the car. No,
car.
it's a little different. Okay. It was a little different method. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm about 10 years old, okay?
Okay, so you're a little bit older than him, so
bit.
you still know, at this point at 10 years old, right from wrong, and...
Yeah, but I still want to have fun as a kid, okay?
Well, I get it.
That's where I'm at,
yes,
I'm still curious about certain things.
Right, okay.
We went to my grandparents' house, my rich grandparents. I had a trailer park set, okay? And I had a rich set, okay?
Oh, nice. So they actually had a house, right?
Yes, with a swimming pool and everything. They were
really?
Yeah.
Oh, they were rich.
And someday I'll tell you about my grandma's Porsche, but not today.
What? Grandma
had a Porsche. Yeah. That's a
Oh
whole.
my-
So rich grandparents. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Trailer park grandparents drove like a fucking shitty ass Crown Vic. Okay.
Okay, hey,
Right?
you know,
Rich
hey,
grandparents.
a Crown Vic was a nice car, though.
Not when it's old and beat up. It's
Oh,
it's
okay.
fine. Okay.
Okay,
It's
okay,
fine.
okay.
I'm okay with my trailer park side.
Okay,
All right. It's the rich side I really didn't get along with.
okay, that's probably why we live in a trailer
That's
park.
probably why.
Okay,
But
that's
I'm
fine.
over at my rich grandparents' house,
Uh-huh.
and they had a lot of ornamental decorations, right?
Okay.
When I say ornamental, I mean stuff that you're really not supposed to fuck with as a kid, okay?
Okay.
And to a kid, though, if you set it out, they want to fuck with it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. You
So,
got
hey,
why is it out if you can't touch it?
Babe, thank you.
I
Thank
get
you.
it. I get it.
So they had this lighter, this crystal, I would say a cigarette lighter. It was like a fancy cigarette lighter on their
Okay.
coffee table.
Uh-huh.
Well, my
I
parents...
mean, wait. It was like a crystal
It was
lighter,
in crystal,
or...
right? So it's ornamental.
Oh, okay.
Right,
Okay.
it's a lighter. It's in crystal. It's
Okay,
it's
but
very
it's-
decorative.
Okay, but it's just the crystal is the lighter holder
Yeah,
that you
thank
just
you.
set it in.
Yes.
Is that what it is? Kind of like a candle holder.
but this ain't like a
it's-
Bic though. Okay, this is like a fancy lighter. They're rich. Don't
They-
forget
wait.
Porsche. Think Porsche of cigarette lighters. Okay.
I can't. Where would you buy a fancy lighter?
I don't fucking know. I was come from a trailer park. The only place I know to get lighters is 7-Eleven down the street.
And they're all Bics.
Right.
So where would
well,
you get?
some are made in Taiwan, but you know.
Well, you know. Oh, okay.
Okay. But anyway, long
Okay,
story short
okay,
on that.
okay,
They had
that's
this
fine.
ornamental lighter on the table.
Okay. Okay.
My parents, I loosely say my parents.
I loosely say.
It's my maw and one of my several paws. Okay, had plenty.
Step paw.
So I'm in the living room. I got my crayons and I'm coloring.
Okay.
They're in the dining
okay.
room having coffee and smoking cigarettes. That's what they did. Me and my little sister in the fucking living room.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
coloring and I'm like, well, what is this? What is this? Right? It's pretty. It looks cool.
Yeah.
I open it up and I find out it's got fire in it. Okay. I can.
Shit.
I'm like a 10-year-old caveman at this point, right? I'm like, I have made fire. Okay. What? Oh, you okay? Right? I have just discovered the fucking world, right? I'm onto the Industrial Revolution. I can change shit.
Oh my god.
Fuck everybody, okay?
Oh my god.
You gonna live?
I'm
Time out for water? Okay. Okay.
Don't make me laugh. Don't make me spew.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
make me spew. Oh my god.
Okay, we ready to
you're killing
continue?
me. Yeah, you're killing me
All
here.
right.
Okay.
So imagine me in the living room with my crayons, okay? The dawn of the right. It's the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, right? I'm off to change the fucking world.
Okay.
Well, while I'm sitting there, I like that lighter, and then I put the little tip of the crayon in, and I find out it can melt, and I'm like,
no.
fucking science, right? Fucking science.
Science.
Now I'm in I cannot conduct scientific experimentation in the middle of the fucking living room. That's
I don't want everybody to see
You're
my
right.
experiment
Right.
because they might try to steal it.
that's
I
right.
got you.
Okay, think of it.
Okay.
I'm being clever. Okay.
Clever.
So there's a spot.
Clever.
Real clever. There's a spot in the corner. There's a spot in the corner behind the recliner.
Okay.
So I gather up my crayons and this fucking crystal lighter, okay? Which I both are. I'm trying to. It's like having a bowling ball tucked under your fucking arm, all right? That's how. And this thing's heavy. And I'm like, how am I going to change the world if I can't lift the world, okay? And I sneak off into my experimentation cave behind the fucking recliner.
Experimentation cave. Oh,
And
God.
I start melting, and I'm like, I wonder if red melts the same as blue, right? And I'm feeding the fucking lighter crayons
Okay, where are the melted crayons going?
down. It's gravity. It's what it does.
Well, I know, but like on the floor, on
on the floor, on the lighter, on my hands, everywhere. Okay, yeah, it's fucking everywhere.
You got wax everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh my
That was not my
God.
concern. My concern was at the rate at what the wax melted. Okay, I hadn't even
Do
begun.
they all melt the same rate?
Exactly,
Okay.
right? I
Did
hadn't
you
even
take the
concerned.
paper off? Did you leave the paper
No.
on?
Well, the paper would have been evidence of a crime. Okay, that's my thinking.
Okay.
You unwrapped the crayon.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Okay. You're
So
great.
at this point in the scientific experimentation, okay,
Yes.
I'm not worried about the end result. Like, how am I going to clean up the fucking wax, or what are they going to do when I'm gone? I'm just like, I'm concerned about the melting rate of these crayons. I'm about on crayon number 8. Okay. It's probably the peach one or something, and I am feeding it. And all of a sudden it's like, what are you doing?
Oh, who said that?
One of my paws. Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I
bet your butt puckered.
Oh, everything puckered. Eyes open. I'm like, dead. I am dead. Okay.
Oh,
and
shit.
I thought right at that moment in time, behind that little recliner in my scientific cave, I was going to die. I was going to die giving the world this cool invention, right?
Oh, God.
I can melt wax. But nope. They cleaned up. Of course, my rich grandparents were completely disappointed in their deviant grandchild.
No, I can't imagine.
And I was very politely told in a very low breath so nobody else could hear that I was going to get it when we got home. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, because, you don't want rich grandma and rich grandpa knowing that this little boy fixing to get his ass whooped.
Right.
Okay.
So I sit my ass back down on the couch and they go back in there in the dining room and basically you can hear them be like, we're going to take care of this. Okay. Excuse me. So for the next 30 minutes or so, I ain't breathing. I am sitting on that couch. I'm like, I don't exist. And if I stay quiet enough and maybe pass out, then I won't get that ass whooping,
Or even if you just stay quiet enough, maybe they'll go
forget about it.
He's really being
right?
a good kid,
Right.
and I can't whoop him now.
Trying to atone,
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So
yes, it's
the
working,
time-
right?
no.
While you're there, it's
I mean, I
working,
think it is.
Yeah.
The moment comes where it's time to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like having an execution date.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Aw,
That time's come. You walk in the mile.
Walk in the mile.
Thank you. That's the best
my
way to put
God.
it. I am walking the mile.
Shit. Oh, no.
And we're walking out and the door closes behind us and we're walking to the car, but nothing's said to me. And I'm like, maybe I skated this thing,
Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
No, little did I know.
Oh,
he
shit.
was just letting the hope build up, right? All right. Because he just didn't want to whoop my ass. He wanted to snatch my soul out of my body, okay?
Right.
So he's letting the hope build up.
Not right there because he doesn't want rich grandma and grandpa knowing. Okay.
We get in the car and we start to drive home. And it's probably about an hour from there to where we live.
Okay.
10 minutes goes in. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. Right? I'm cool.
They're
Nothing's
still
happening.
alive. Yeah. Nothing. Okay.
20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, yeah, this might work. This might go in my favor. 30 minutes in, the car starts slowing down. I'm like, there's nothing here.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
It's dark. All I see is train tracks, which I'm not as scared of running down and trying to fucking escape to. And on the other side of the road, nothing. Okay.
Oh, God.
So the car slows down.
No.
You hear the brakes, they squeak a little bit.
Oh,
you hear the
shit.
you hear the gravel shoulder under the tires, and I'm like,
oh, God, no,
I'm starting to shake. Okay.
Oh, I bet. Oh, God, I would be pissing all over myself.
He don't say a fucking word. He stops the car. Nope. Opens the door. Reaches it. It was a 2-door car. Reaches to his seat, flips it forward, and he's like, "Come on." Oh, fuck.
Oh,
I
shit.
got my ass whooped so fucking bad on the side of
God.
We were doing the one-arm tussle, man, where he hangs onto one arm and go in a circle, and I get my ass whooped in a fucking circle.
Me and the dog have done the same thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Just FYI, that does not alleviate any pain, okay?
You know what?
It's like the faster I ran in a circle, the faster he swung the belt. That's all I know.
Oh, yeah, because you know why? I think because you get mad. Because they're trying to get away.
They're not. I wasn't trying to get away. I was trying to live. That was the only thing going in my mind.
No, because that's what the dog was doing when I was trying to whoop her.
She was trying to live too.
But it makes you even madder because now you're having to continuously go around in circles, and it just it makes you madder.
Well, FYI, and for future reference,
yes.
Running that fast in a circle does not make him dizzy enough to quit fucking whooping me.
Oh,
okay?
No.
Science.
No.
I'm trying to experiment, right?
Yes,
Ways of saving my life.
You were the caveman. Got you.
Oh, it was glorious for a moment. The ending sucked. It was like the end of the world. So
you got it ass.
So that was my
on
ass
the
whooping.
Side of the highway.
Yes.
Or what was it? A highway, back road? It was something.
It was a 2-lane highway in between. It was a 2-lane highway. It was dark. it was well situated for a murder. Okay. Luckily, all we had was the ass whooping scene. I was able to get back in the car, not on my ass because it hurt. My sister looking at me like,
did he like rip his belt off?
Oh, babe, this man.
You know that sound, right?
Babe, I will die
sound.
knowing that sound. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
This man had a unique pull. All right, at just the right speed, just to clear the loops. It's like, fuck.
You knew what was coming after that.
And this dude didn't wear no dainty belt, okay?
Oh.
This was a thick leather caveman, hold my fucking pants up. If he got struck by lightning and all his clothes got burnt off, that belt was still going to be around his fucking waist.
Still
That's how
gonna be there.
It was still there.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Oh,
well,
gosh.
you know what? You and your grandson really have something in common here.
No,
because
somehow I think you using your hand and swatting him a couple of times on his ass is a little bit different, okay?
You know what? I would like
you were doing it more
think-
for the fear factor.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I got my point across. That is
did.
for sure.
I got more of the pain factor.
Aw.
Okay. No, you know what? It's fine. I look back on it, and that was the whole point of
the lesson.
No, I didn't. You know how many more whoopings I got after that?
I know, but how many more crayons did you melt after that?
I mean, none. They wouldn't ever let me have it after. It was all matte pencils after that.
You can have crayons or you can have a lighter. You can't have both.
Can't have both.
Can't have both anymore. Okay, because they knew where that was going.
We were just brought up at a different time, and I still think there's a place for discipline for children. You know,
there is. Absolutely.
It has to come in moderation and with some understanding of what you're doing, right?
Yes. They always say you never want to whoop when you're really, really angry. You never. But normally, that's the only time somebody wants to whoop you is when they're really, really angry because you've done fucked up bad.
And I think you can employ different methods of discipline for certain times.
Oh.
Well, does everything deserve an ass whooping? No.
My parents actually tortured me.
Oh,
and, my SOB, my stupid old brother, right? Which, I mean, that was about as close to cussing as I got. And it's funny because my brother and I were not, there was not a big age difference between us.
Okay.
And when I called him an SOB, stupid old brother, that's exactly what I was thinking. He already knew that it stood for something bad. He already knew.
Did he rat you out?
He fucking ratted my ass out and I got in trouble. But my parents he and I would fight. I mean, siblings do that, right?
Okay.
I mean, we do. But they would make us hug and kiss and make up.
Oh, that's worse than an ass whooping, isn't it?
Oh my, I fucking hated it. He hated it. I hated it. And I know our parents just laughed about it the whole fucking time.
Fuck yeah, they did.
That was worse than an ass whooping. So, absolutely.
If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely want to give us a thumbs down for this episode, which was a great episode, in my opinion.
Oh, it was definitely something.
You can leave your comments at meandmrsalwaysright@gmail.com. Your complaints will go to Trevor the intern.
Yes, they will. And if you think kids should get whoopings nowadays, that's the thing. They really should. And people are scared.
To a degree. I agree.
People are scared of their kids. They let the kids run. It's like, well, I'm going to call the police or I'm going to call CPS on you. So fucking what? You're going to do it with a busted ass. I'm going to tell you that.
You know what? That's an episode for next week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
so.
We just go into a whole big discipline episodes or something, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, you can also find us Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube.
Or to help support this podcast at Patreon/Me and Mrs. Always Right, where you get pre and post show content right along with unedited episodes.
Sweet. Like you've done that before.
Hey, it's an opening.
That's not an opening. That's a closing.
That's what I said. It's a closing.
That's not what you said.
I'm thinking of two different things right now. Sorry.
Okay. You got things going on. This whole ass whooping thing's just brought up memories for you.
I'm traumatized again.
Re-traumatized. We done re-traumatized you. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I love you, baby. Hopefully I won't delete this episode.
Okay. Well, I hope you don't.
All right. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merle.